Good day everyone, this is Alvin again from the Philippines and welcome to my episode 4 of the Mr. Supranational Super Chat for 2025. Welcome! So today we're going to review the performances of all the men that are competing in episode 4 of Super Chat for Mr. Supranational 2025, and just like what we do always, I'm going to give my review to all the performances of each man in this group, which are Colombia, Equatorial Guinea, France, Nigeria, Poland, and Puerto Rico. And then at the end of the video, I will be revealing my top 3 performers in order, and this is also the same result that I have submitted to the organization. So let's begin with Colombia. Christian Perez. Colombia started by giving quite an impressive introduction, and I was truly impressed. For personal questions, I like how he shared his vulnerabilities and showcased himself for being real, and I like his stories. At first, I thought he was bordering overconfident, but the more I listened to him, I think he's a very sweet person, and especially with the answer that he's giving on the personal question. For the last question, I really like his answer. He shows awareness of what people might think of him, and I like how he makes himself look humble at the same time and relatable. So overall, I really like Colombia's performance. Next we have Equatorial Guinea. Andresy Marino. Equatorial Guinea provided a very typical introduction. For personal questions, his answers were actually quite decent. For the last question, it was a bit okay-ish. He answered the last question, but I wish he elaborated them even more. Overall, he's got the tendency to give pageant cliche answers, so I really hope that he could work that out. Next, France. Lavine, Swan. France is very natural and genuine when it comes to his responses. However, I do see his way of answering as a natural conversation rather than a competition performance. I don't know if it's good or bad, but I would rather see a response that is more of a personal way of, a natural way of conversation, but also on the level of a competition. For the last question, I do get the point that he's trying to say, so I think his answer could have been better if he used French as his language. But if he really wanted to push for English, just for the purpose of improvement, he needs to work on his delivery. Next, Nigeria. Mazi. Nigeria's introduction was simple and direct. For the personal question, I really like how Nigeria gave us educational information when it comes to his country and culture. Aside from that, he's also very spontaneous, and I like how he narrates and answers the question. For the last question, I think he answered it so beautifully. It was a very charming answer, but I think he really needs to work on hitting the questions right away. Other details that he gave works very well with his answer, but they were very long answers and don't work in the finals considering the time limit. So although Super Chat doesn't have a time limit, but as more of a practice on how they respond to the final question, I really hope that he needs to work on his time management and answering the question right away. Next, Poland. Wisinski. Poland seems very formal, especially when he delivered his responses. I think he needs to work on removing fillers like or prolonging words are okay, but his sounded a bit too prolonged that it already sounded a bit distracting and affects the overall impact and delivery of his response. For the last question, his answer was okay, but then again, his delivery is affected by the fillers that he's giving. So I really hope that he could really work that out and polish his way of responding to the questions. But I really like his answers though. And finally, Puerto Rico. Anthony Delgado. Puerto Rico is very polite, very sweet when it comes to his delivery, and I really like his facial expressions, his eyes, and his smile when he responds to the question, which shows that he's really in the moment. For personal questions, I really like his speaking ability, and when he talked about his fear of the unknown, you can really hear the depth of his mind through his responses. For the last question, his answer was quite good as well, and relating his answer to himself and what he does makes it realistic. So, based on the performances of the 6 men in the episode 4 of Supra Chat, my third place goes to Colombia. Second place, Nigeria. And my winner for episode 4 is Puerto Rico, Anthony Delgado. So what are your thoughts? Again, I am one of the judges for the Super Chat of Mr. Supranational, and the judges' vote represents 60%. So if you don't disagree with my vote, then you have the opportunity to change the entire outcome by downloading the Mr. and Miss Supranational app and vote for your favorite candidate. So what are your thoughts? Don't forget to leave your comments below. Don't forget to give a thumbs up and share the video as well. And most importantly, don't forget to subscribe because you'll be seeing more of these videos in the future. For now, thank you very much and have a wonderful day from the Philippines.